of March. And as you know, with ClassPoint, not ClassPoint, with Edcafe, we have this regular webinar every first of the week and end of the week of every month with a couple of different themes that we cover. You also can share your thoughts and your suggestion on what topic we should cover next. Today's the continuation of our last webinar, which we are still staying with the same topic for language learning. I will be sharing my screen. Let me just do that real quick. Just a quick recap if you wasn't able to attend last webinar uh, or workshop. We covered about reading activity and YouTube quiz and how you can create that and how it can actually support your language learning, any kind of languages that you are teaching. And today we are going to cover two strong topics that really helpful to support your language learning in the classroom, which is flashcards and chatbot. Before we start, I just would like to make sure everyone have their device ready because today is a hands-on practice. We are going to encourage you to try along when while we are also sharing how to do it step by step. And we also encourage you to use your own topic, your own subject, and create the material which you are able to use it on your next classroom session. Now, before that, I actually would like to let you know that I will be using three different windows, so you will get familiar with it. So the first window, of course, our Ed Cafe, and make sure that you also already sign up in Ed Cafe. If you haven't, you can sign up now, use any emails, and then you can have the access and the same view that I am seeing now. Not only at Cafe, but I will also use the link that Osbert already shared with us, which is the Notion. So this Notion page, we put all the materials, resources inside. Also later, if you want to have a recap, you can see the YouTube here. But I will use this as well because I'm going to copy some stuff from here and then paste it over to Edcafe. The third platform that I will be using is, oh, it's not here. Let me just open it now. Padlet. I know that you're already familiar with Padlet because sharing is caring. We would like to encourage you after you make and create your Edcafe files. You can post it here. Your files might help other teachers who need it. So we would like to encourage you to share and inspire others. So let's start today's session, everyone. I just would like to make sure that everyone's ready with their device. Would like to see if there are some thumbs flying up. Osbert, you can let me know if any thumb is flying up to let us know if teachers are ready with their devices.
I'm gonna let mine fly myself.
Okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs up. Do we have more thumbs up from the room? Okay, we've got one from Michael from South Korea. I do remember you, Michael. Thank you so much. From
Right.
Grace as well. Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
we're
That's
ready. We're mostly ready from Jennifer. Hi, from Solar too. Hello. Everybody's ready.
excellent. Yes, let's start. So before actually we create flashcards. So first I wanna start with flashcards. I actually would like to share with you a ready-made flashcards. So imagine ourselves as the student who received this link of a flashcards from our teacher. Allow them to learn all these new words and practice at home. So this is what it looks like for the student's side when they get the link from their teacher. They can directly study the flashcards in any kind of devices that they have. And as you can see, this is the first front card. And then if I click, it will flip over and then it will give the like explanation what's the word about. And not only that, as a student, I also can play the audio. So then it will help me
Feeling good and
understand
pleased, a
how the
positive
example
emotion when things go
pronouncement
well.
is. Uh,
Example.
All right. And so you can flip things around. And then as a student, oh, I know this. I know happy because I'm happy today. So I can click I know, and then it will go to the next card. So this is the ready-made flashcards, what we are going to create today. Really simple, really straightforward. So I will directly head over to Edcafe, and then just as a reminder, you can create your own houses or library places to store the files that you have generated. In here, I already have created my folder of language learning. It has these contents, and I shared with you the describing feelings flashcards before. Now, I want to create a new one. So we can create by clicking this button over here, or right over here, the green button, and then you can choose flashcards. Flashcards is located under the teaching and learning materials. And once you click on it, you will be having this page that I am seeing right now. So it has a couple of different elements. This is the sources where you can uh, copy the topic that you want to create the flashcards with. And we also have some templates and then some further elements, which I will share with you further. But first things first, I would like to enter a topic to create our flashcards. You also can use the same topic as I have, or you can create based on your own topic. So I will just head over to Notion, and then under the resources materials here, I will just expand these flashcards, and then I will copy these emotions in English as a topic and go back to flashcards and then paste it there. And there you go. So not only a topic, you can decide to create flashcards based on different sources, text, web page, files as well. Now, I would like to create flashcards on to help my students study a vocab cards about emotions in English. So I will need to click this template, right? It has term and definition, but you can decide what kind of flashcard style you want to have. So after I enter the topic, I click term and definition, and then I will choose vocab cards. Okay. So what it does now, as you can see, it has the front instructions, and it also has the back instructions. These are all editables, teachers. So what I will do, I will keep the front card, just the vocabulary word. I won't change it, but I will adjust the back card. Again, I will just go back to Notion, and then I will copy the one in here. So I will go back to Edcafe, and then I will just delete all this and replace it with these instructions. So I just want to have example sentence in a classroom situation as a part of the back card for the vocab cards. So we have our topic. We already decided we want to have vocab cards with the instructions that we want. Now you can choose the number of cards. I will just choose 10. And then I will want to have images to be automatically added as I generate the flashcard sets. So I click on this, I will add images later, and then I change it into automatically add to front right there. So just that. The copy in the topic, and then decide the template, and then adjust the instructions as you want. Choose the number of cards, and then automatically add image to front or back. Then just like that. We'll take a pause in here, teachers, because I would like to let you do your turn. So you can now copy in the topic, and then select the template of vocab cards, and then put in the instructions and choose the number of cards, and add image to the front. Then together we will generate the flashcards. I'd like to take a pause in here. Osbert, just let me know if there are thumbs flying up again to see if teachers are already doing the same steps as I did.
Yes, for sure. I hope everyone's on again. We do encourage everyone to go to app.edcafe.ai so you can go and follow along, as this is more of a workshop style session, and we want everyone to really take we want both of us to take turns in doing whatever it is that's being presented. So feel free to make your own deck, but let's go ahead and try and keep it within the same flashcard set that Tia has shown you with this specific topic, with vocab cards as your template as well. If everybody is already doing that or has already done that, please do sound off our Zoom chat just so we know where everybody else is at the same time. Tia, I do have a question in here, and this is from Jennifer.
Yes.
Um, she's asking, what about flashcards like past tense and present tense?
So you would like to create flashcards for past tense and present tense. Okay. All together in one set, is it? Oh, a different one. Okay, okay. Yes, so you are able to instruct that on the topic. So let's say I would like to, if I would like to create a past tense, then um, words or past tense for ESL learners, something like this. So then on the front you can decide what goes on the front, let's say, the word itself, and then maybe at the back you can give an example of example sentence using past tense, and alongside with that the this like the explanation of what the word is, what is the definition of the word itself. So you can actually feel free to use any templates that you want. So vocab cards is really just to help your students get to know each words, while if you want to have a different context, teach them in a different level, you can use term and definition so they know, let's say if eat ate, and then when they are using ate and what is ate, why is it in past tense, things like that. But for this first example, we're just going to use very straightforward example, which is the what was the topic again? Emotions in English. So then, just to make sure that everyone's on the same phase, is it good to continue, teachers? Osbert,
Good, everybody good?
everybody good?
I do have one thumbs up and clapping
Oh, okay.
emoji here from
Yay!
Solar, and another
All
thumbs up from
right.
Michael.
So,
Some more from one. Yep, I think we can continue. Yeah.
okay, thank you. Now it's time to generate the flashcards. So after you're done with setting things up, click on generate the flashcards, see how fast the card set is being generated, along with the pictures, alongside with the example as how we want it. So first front card, we want it to be just the vocab cards, and then the back card is the example. And I specifically put example sentence in a classroom situation. So if you scroll down to the content that is being generated, it's all example on the classroom, right? Like this one, angry when the group kept interrupting. Sarah raised her hand and said, "I'm angry that we cannot focus on the lesson." So it's specifically generated on how you instructed it to be. So we already have 10 cards, and sometimes 10 are not enough, right? So you can add more cards if you want. And let's say you also would like to personalize and adjust the images that are already generated for you for each card. What you can do, actually, you can click on the image. And then once you click it, you will then have the options of other images that you can replace. So let's say I want to replace it with this one, and I chose that one, and it's being inserted directly to the card. So just making sure that you already have the cards being generated successfully. Before I move on to the next bit, I just would like to have some room. If you have any questions, feel free to share.
Yeah, Tia, I do have one question that I
Yep.
left for everybody else to know as well. We have a question from Faye regarding automatically adding images to
Mm.
our flashcards. Now, I do understand that for most of our AI generated images on Edcafe is a pro feature. Um, do you want to walk Faye through what are the differences for the free version and the pro feature regarding the addition of images?
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. But yes, there are some certain features only available for Pro, and for images, it's one of the part of available in the Pro features. And for the Pro, sorry, not the Pro, for the image as well. Not only that, it is going to automatically add the pictures for you, but you also can personalize it further if you want to upload your own. So not using the images available from the internet. And you also can use our AI image as well. So you can create your own based on the keyword, and then AI will generate an image for you. You can choose a style. So again, this is available in our Pro feature. Then once you put in the description of the image, you generate the new image, and then you can replace that image with the new one that you generated. I hope that answer the question, Osbert.
Yeah. And also, I think just to add, if you're on a free version and you want to make use of the images on flashcards, the only caveat is you're not going to be able to do that automatically. But when you do generate your flashcards, you can then add the images manually, but you
Yep.
won't have access to AI image. You can, however, make use of the built-in search that we have that will pull images from the web or upload your own. So still free or pro, you have the option to make your flashcards visual. It's just a matter of whether you can do that automatically or right after generation. I hope that answers.
Thank you. Thanks, Bert. And this is actually how you can do that manually. So you can click on this image right here and then choose. You can key in the description of what kind of picture you want to use. And then you can select the picture and then you can add it on your card. So thanks, Bert, for the help. So it is not automatically, but it's still available for basic users. Thanks. I'll delete this
Yay.
one. Yep. Any question before we move forward?
All right. I think so far we have no more further questions. We can continue.
Okay, great. So I think now, teachers, if you want to add your pictures, if you're not on Pro yet, then you can add your own pictures on which card that you want to have. Then after all is done, before we actually click save, you can see that there's some icon in here. This is actually clickable, and this is for you to choose the audio. So I will do that right now. So I'll click on that audio emoticon, and you can actually choose which audio you want to use for these flashcards, because each flashcard, when the students actually study the flashcards on their end, they're able to play the audio that will read out the content of each card. So you can have the selections in here based on the language that you chose. Let's say I want to try Alice.
I
So
know the answer.
small kids audio.
Pick me.
So if you like that, and then you can select the voice, then Alice will be the voice behind these flashcards. And if all is good, then we can just directly save that. I will just use AI to help me name the file. And then, right, everyday emotions. Okay, I will just use emotions flashcards and save them. Now, as you can see, it's generating the flashcards audio as well as setting up the stage for you. And this is how the flashcards is now done. So you can see that this, if you scroll down, you can see the entire flashcard set. And then if you scroll up, and then you want to check and test things out, let's say you want to hear Alice's voice.
Happy.
Right. And you also can flip the card and test the card further. Just would like to let you know as well that the flashcards are exportable as well. Sometimes in language class, we like distribute printed cards as well, right? So Edcafe actually lets you export the flashcard sets into a couple of different formats from Word up until PDF. So you either can turn it into a PowerPoint as well if you want to share in front of the classroom with everyone. So these options are available for you. So again, just would like to check if everyone have succeeded in creating and generating and save their first or maybe more than first flashcards. And again, I just would like to have a quick check with Bert if we have any questions.
Do let us know. I think so far from now, we don't have any questions, but we do want to hear from you. If you were able to get through the generation, what part of it you thought was a little bit complicated? If you have any questions so far, please do let us know. But as we're waiting for that, Tia, I'm very excited. Personally, I think this is a very important feature as well for classroom teachers working with flashcards. I Flashcards usually are meant to be printable so that you can cut out, right? Did
Yep,
you want to
yep,
show us
correct.
how the PDF specifically would look like when exported?
Definitely. So if you prefer to distribute your cards, cut it up and distribute it to group your students and then cut it up and distribute it to everyone, you can actually select this export function. So this export function allows you to, again, I will use PDF because it's a lot more convenient for us to cut things up, right? So it's going to be downloaded automatically. Once it's downloaded, you can see that this is how it looks like. So you can directly cut them up or print them up and then cut them up and then share it with your students. So again, it will also allow them to, if they want to have a digital site, so they can scan this QR code and they are able to go back to the digital site and then study the flashcards themselves. Oh, I haven't shared how you are able to assign the digital link with them so then they are able to study it themselves in their own devices.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice. And I particularly like the broken cutout lines, which makes it so easy to make it a printable. And like there's so many ways that you could make this into an actual physical classroom learning material, which is good. That's very nice. I do have one question though, as we
Yes.
were going through this PDF export from Faye. Where can I switch the explanation language from Chinese to English?
Great question. I'll head back to our Edcafe. So let's say you already have this flashcard set out, right? You want to edit them. So you either want or you want to create something new with a different language. You can do that as well. So let's say, oh, I already like this set, but I actually would like to do it in Chinese. You can actually translate them directly. So if you click on this translate, you can choose which language you want to have it with. So in Chinese, we have traditional and simplified. So I will choose one of them and then I will translate it. So this is what you can do with the set that is already being saved and you want to edit them and translate them, have a copy of English and Chinese or a different language. It's really simple. You don't have to start over and create a new one because the content is going to be the same. So we have this, right? And then I don't know what it says, but I hope that's this one is confused, showing that he's confused. This one is angry. Even the same picture, it's just a different language. And if you hover, if you go back to your um, library, you can see that there's a flashcards copy here with a different language. How about if we want to create something that is new with different language? Then when you create new, and then you click on flashcards, and then you key in the topic, then this is where you actually can decide the output language. So based on your chosen language, then it will generate the flashcard sets based on that. I hope that answers, Osbert.
All right. Okay. But Faye, well, we do have another question from Angeline, but let me just address this from Faye.
Yep.
A follow-up question is that it gave me Chinese explanation, but I want everything in English, not translation.
Not that, oh, okay. So it has something to do with your instructions at the back of the card. So when you create, let's say I want to create a solar system, right? Solar system. And then this time I will just use term and definition. So about the solar system. So this is the front card. And then this is, I will just delete this one. And this is the back card. Let's say this is the contrary on Faye. So Faye wanted it to be in English, not in Chinese. So you can actually instruct it. That maybe happens because your output language is default in Chinese. But if you even want to have both translations in English and in Chinese, you can actually state it in here. It can do multiple languages as well. So let's say translate the sentence in traditional Chinese. Chinese, right. And then I will just add images directly and just add 5 cards, generate it. And the cards then will be generated based on how you instructed it. There you go. So the additional instructions field is very powerful, teachers, for you to create things based on how you want it, how you want to personalize your lesson, your cards. So this is one way, or if you really want to have it all in English, then you can make sure that your default language is English, the output, so then it doesn't have a different translation or additional translations even. I hope that addressed the question, Osbert. I hope.
Hopefully, Faye. Yes, my flashcard is in English. The explanation is in Chinese. Yeah, Faye. I think also one point to check from here is that apart from working with your additional instructions, is checking from your account settings. Tia,
Yes,
I think we could go through that as well. When you
sure.
go through your account, right up top on the far top right of your web app, you can go through your settings. And then right as you go through it, you have your default AI output language in there. So if this may have been set to Chinese, then it would refer back always to Chinese, because this is what's going to be a hard rule for all of the AI output that you're going to be creating. So if you'd like by default this to be in a specific language, you can do so. If you want everything in English, you can also just do so and set that to English. Hope that helps, Faye.
Lente.
All right. I do have one more from
Yep,
Angeline that I want to go back from your last page before we got here. Can we go back
definitely. Let
by
me just go back. Right here.
to the saved file page, the one that you have already saved, Tia?
Oh, okay, sure, sure, sure. Oh, and also, sometimes we got confused, right? Oh, the last file that I saved. You can always go back to recent, right? If you click on this, it will show you the recent flashcards or the recent files that you generated. Which flashcards, Bert, that you want to have?
Very convenient. I think let's go with the emotions flashcards in English.
Got it.
Where we
Sure.
look stuff up. Angeline's question is, show us the use of edit. Because
Edit.
I think Angelina is looking to change the instructions. Is that possible, Tia?
Got it. Thank you. So edit actually, so when you click on edit, it allows you to edit the content directly, not the instructions. So it is not possible to regenerate the whole deck from the instructions. If you want to do that, then you can go back and create a new one for the flashcard sets itself. But edit allows you to change everything that's already being generated, save it, even change its sequence, let's say, or even regenerate the back card. So you can regenerate the back card. Let's say you don't like this sentence, you can regenerate the back card. And if everything is up to your liking, then you can save that again. Here you go. So it will replace the old content that you have saved. I hope that answers.
Hopefully. Angeline, I hope that answers. But yeah, the use of edit really is to just play around with the flashcards that's already generated for you. But unfortunately, the instructions before you generate them is not going to be, we're not going to be able to go back to that. You're going to have to create something new if you'd like to. Um, yeah, a couple of other questions I have in here is from Suha, which is more on the free side of things. The flashcard I set has no images. Again, I think this refers back to the first one of the first questions that we addressed, if you're on a free version, the only thing that you're not gonna be able, the only caveat that you're gonna have is that when you're generating your flashcards is that you can't set it to automatic. But when you generate your flashcards, you can have that manually put in, like what Tia is showing right in here with this icon. You can access search and upload, which basically pulls images, relevant images from the web based on your keyword and manually from your computer, but except AI images, because that's a pro feature. Either way, it's still gonna be visual because you can still add images for sure.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
I hope
Okay.
everyone is back on track. I think we can go back to this saved file page from where we left of. I think Tia is going to show us how to assign this next. I do have one question from PH Ong, which I'm going to be just replying from the chat instead of answering that live. So Tia, you can take it away again.
Thank you, Osbert. So yes, final thing. After we've generated the flashcards, then we would want to share this with our students, right? So the option that we did just now, we just export it, and an easier one is to assign it. So you can click on this assign button, teachers. You can select how you want to share it, where you want to share it. But I will just copy this link. It's a shortcut. When you click on that, you will have a link copied, and then you can share this link with your students. And when they do have the link and they can open it on their site, they can open it in any kind of devices they have, and they can start to study the flashcards. So you can see that this is the set that we have created. They can play the audio, and then they can flip the card as well. And while they're working on memorizing the vocab cards, they can even either go back to this card if they haven't memorized it, or they can click I know, and they can continue with the next card. And if they want to go back to the card, they can click still learning, and you can see that the progress is available in here, visible, so they know how far away they are from finishing the whole cards, and how many cards they need to relearn. So I will just go I know to everything in here. Let me just go really quick and show to you that before finalizing the last card, right? This is the last card. If I click I know, it will go back to the one that I need to finish. So once I'm done with that, click I know, then voila, flashcard set is completed. And then as a student, I will be able to scroll through the content on the flashcard itself. I even can restart the flashcards, go over and relearn again. So I hope that everyone's now trying as a student how they study the flashcards. Again, I'll take a bit of pause in here to let you try your flashcards, teachers. And while I go back to Osbert to see if we have any questions or feedback from you.
No questions so far, but this is a very, very interesting part of the cycle, I would say, because most of the flashcards normally they stop at generation. Like it's completely up to you what happens next after you generate those flashcards, whether you'd want it in a different file format, how would you print them and give them to students. But with Edcafe AI, as you can see, it's very seamless up until when you deliver it to students, everything happens in the same platform. And as you can see, it's dynamic in a way that it's not just a set of flashcards that students can run through on a list, but with a flip to switch. No, switch, what? Click to flip design. Is
Click
it?
to flip. Yes, click.
Click to flip design. That makes it very dynamic and very student friendly, especially if they're going through practice sets for study sets. That would be so helpful because it gives them somewhat like a spaced repetition in a way, because you get to flip them over and over again on their own pace, which is perfect for 24/7 learning. We do have one question from Grace Tia. Is it
Yep.
possible to follow up with a quiz on the words learned from flashcards?
That's a great question. It is possible, and it's a bit advanced, but I will share how you actually can create a quiz based on this same flashcards. I'll go back to Edcafe, and this is teachers. This can be done in all features in Edcafe if you want to generate a new one based on the old one, and that's actually a great moment to ask that question, Grace. I will also would like to encourage everyone now to get the share link of this file. So this share link actually allows us to create a different file in Edcafe just by using the URL link of this file, if you get what I mean. Now, to get that, actually, you can click on this three dots menu, right? You can click on that and then click on this share option. So once you click that, you will get this copy link, right? You can click on that copy link, right? And just using that link, you can create a new one. So I will just directly click create new, and then I will go to quiz, right? And then I will choose web page in here, and then I will paste my at cafe flashcards link in here. Let's say I want to just create multiple choice, and then I will just use five, right? And just like that, I will generate the quiz. What AdCafe does, it will scan the link that you just put in, but make sure you don't put the assign link, but the share link, right? So based on that set, as you can see, it is creating some questions, and you also can add more instructions if you want to have a bit of variations. So it uses the same exact set of vocab cards that you just created on in flashcards. I hope that is not too much of an advance, but this is something that you can, so you can bring over your old file in Edcafe to create a new one and vice versa. I hope that answers, Bert.
Yes, I think that more than clears this specific question. Again, it's really nice because it's very seamless. The workflow from flashcards, from learning up until assessment is very clear. So, which is good. Hope teachers appreciate that for EdCafe AI.
Right.
Thank you,
And
Tia.
while actually, Bert, we're on that page, everyone's having their copy link. I hope everyone's have that share copy link. You can head over to Padlet. Actually, where's my Padlet? Let me just where my Padlet board. Ah, it's here. Okay. And then I would like to encourage everyone, actually, Bert, with the link that they have copied, to post it here. So how to post it? You can click on this post plus, and then give the title. So let's say this is emotions flashcards. Right. And then I will click on this link and then paste the link here. Right. And then just go and publish. All right. So again, your file might help another teacher who needs it. So please go over to, let me just copy this Padlet link so
I
everyone
already
can.
did, Tia. It's all
Oh, love it, love it. Thank you, Osbert. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that's actually the end of presentation of first part, flashcards. Just would like to see if everyone has succeeded creating their flashcard set, and if anyone has any questions about the creation itself or the feature itself, feel free to step in before I switch to a different feature. I will just give the floor back to Osbert to see if there's any question.
Thank you, Tia. That's very insightful. Well, we do have a couple other questions as well that we want to answer from Faye. Um, she is mainly wondering whether we flashcards can have some sort of analytics to track how students are doing, but specifically check their learning in a way that it can record some part of the learning process of students, say check their pronunciation too. Is that going to be possible?
Thank you. That's a great question. Should we share it or okay? So since you are our audience of today, and we need to break the news really early, you will need to wait. Something is coming up. in regards to reporting on flashcards. We don't have that available yet, but make sure that you have signed up to our weekly newsletter and you frequently check our blog posts on Edcafe as well, because we actually publish our newest updates. What are the new features? What are the new functions in Edcafe? And might be soon the flashcards report is will be available, Bert. But yeah, that's that much I can share.
That yes, for sure. That would be very exciting, but it is definitely something that is brewing, as I can say, as a pun. But we are more than happy to share more information about what it can include in the future. So Faye, please keep an eye out on our announcements, whether internally or publicly. Definitely we're more than happy to keep you in the loop. Okay, Tia, I do have one more from Angeline.
Yep.
Can we generate word picture matching worksheet after we have created flashcards?
Can you create matching word pictures after you created the flashcards?
A worksheet,
Um,
some sort of work.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't have a feature for matching worksheets as of now, but feel free to share with us how you think AdCafe can improve its features, what we can add more. We're very happy if you want to drop in, say hi and hey, I think this is a good addition to you. And this is actually the great forum that we have, Bert. Monthly, we get to see each other, and you can share how things can be improved in at cafe. So at the moment the answer is no, but that's a good potential for an addition to our feature. We are going to feedback that to our tech team. Thank you.
That's a really good feedback too, because worksheets is something that we hear often thrown around as
Yes.
well. So probably we need to throw that around a little bit more so we can see if that's something that we can add to the pipeline, which we are more than happy to. Um, Tia, I do see a lot of new shared files onto
Yep.
our Padlet board. I'm
Okay.
seeing some from Faye, from Wen, from Jennifer. Thank you so much for sharing those. And I have Suha in here who shared his quiz as well from directly from his flashcard set. Thank you so much, Suha, for following along up until quiz creation. Yeah, there's lots of hearts in there. Let's blackout. Maybe you reteach. Okay, when we admin, yes, there is no problem if you're late. We still have one big topic to cover, which is chatbot. But don't worry, because this is recorded over to our YouTube channel, so you are gonna have no problems rewatching this again in your free time. Maybe, again, from Suha, before I think we can go to chatbot, maybe Edcafe can provide a bank test with various type of questions. I think that is a good idea. Definitely some sort of contents that we can share, probably over to our personal channels or over our blogs, probably a good content on YouTube as well for Sarah to work on. I'm not sure, but there's lots of different ways for us to share this, but definitely we'll keep this noted just so we have that as well for our considerations. But I think from here, there are no more questions, Tia. We can move forward.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Osbert. So, thank you, teachers, and please do share your questions. You also can open your mic, share your experience or any questions you have. Again, this is our chance to meet each other and have this forum where you are able to test things around when you are creating files with Edcafe. The next bit that we are going to cover is about chatbot. I hope you are excited to have this chatbot creation, how it can actually support your language learning in the classroom itself. Again, whatever language you're teaching, it can actually support you, but make sure that you are able to teach it enough. What I mean by that is, okay, let's go over to Edcafe now. I will be sharing my screen again. Everyone, I hope you are able to see it now. Okay. Um, yes, great. Before I actually share with you how you are able to create your chatbot. I have this my Mr. English chatbot available in here. I've created it a few days ago. I will click on it and I will share with you what's the content. So this is the ESL speaking coach, Mr. English, to help my students have the conversation in English. So it has the instructions. So you can see that there's an instructions in here. It has capabilities. It has language and voice that I use. Language is English. Voice is James. We will go over it in a bit, but I just would like to share with you how it looks like when you already have a chatbot and you shared it with your students. So chatbot allows you to see your chatbot interactions with your students. So you can see in here, I have a couple of different students in here with the interactions that they have. And it's, let's see one of the interactions in here. If you click over it, you can see the AI summary, chat history. So you can see all the different interactions. Even an audio is also in here and you are able to listen to it. So this is how your chatbot can actually help your students in mastering their language skill. Now, before we actually create, just would like to make sure that everyone's ready. Can we see some thumbs up? So then we can create the chatbot together. So be ready with your device. Let me know, Osbert, if there are some thumbs flying up.
I still, I am going to be very honest. I still have no idea how to send some thumbs up on Zoom.
It's
Is
okay.
that too much of a loser of me? Where do I find that? I have to figure that out, but I do see a lot of thumbs up going up.
Yay. Okay, great. Okay, so teacher, I will just go and head back to our folder. Just you can see that we can start now to create our chatbot. So again, what you need to do is just click on create new. And then chatbot is under the teaching and learning materials, just next to flashcards. So click on that chatbot, and this is it. So as we know, we have a lot of AI platforms that can help us, right? Who doesn't know ChatGPT? And teachers nowadays use Gemini as well. Yes, you are able to create chatbots on those platforms, but those chatbots are unable to face your students. I mean, you can share, your students can chat with it, but it's kind of difficult to see their interactions, the history, the data, how they are again interacting with with the chatbot. And sometimes to create that chatbot, it requires a prompt engineering, a long one, a very specific one, right? So today we are going to share with you how you can create a chatbot in Edcafe with a very moderate prompt. So again, I will just go over on my Notion page, and I already opened this chatbot content under it. So this is the prompt. Help ESL beginner level students learn how to voice their opinions, use situational scenarios at the cinema, restaurant, etc. Again, you are welcome to use your own topic, but I will just use this topic. I will copy this and I will go back to Cafe and just enter and paste it here. And I will just create the chatbot. So now I'm expecting to have a chatbot, right? Edcafe actually helps me a lot in when I put that prompt. It actually helped me to define the role and objective. So it will generate the instructions on how the chatbot should interact with our students. So there are role and objective. There are guided steps as well. There are interaction guidelines in here, and also even reading message that our students are able to choose how they want to interact with the chatbot. This is all adjustable, teachers. You can edit them. You can personalize it based on how you want the chatbot to be, and how you want it to interact with your students. I will just pause in here just to make sure that it's your turn now. You can copy or you can type in the prompt on the chatbot. Again, I will just go back to let you know where to paste it in. So copy, or you can, you are a customer service trainer to greet the customers, or to help role playing with the students, something like that. Then after that, you just click on create chatbot, and the instructions will be generated for you. I will just take a pause, just to take a moment, and give you your time to have a turn in creating the chatbot based on that prompt. Yeah, and just to see if there's any questions. Have you had any chatbots creations that really helpful in your own personal teaching, Osbert?
Lots of different ways, to be honest, because the good thing about Edcafe AI's chatbot is that we can shape it in a million different ways, really, because it can be a tutor, it could be a grader, it could be a support for classroom tasks, lots of different ways depending on your use case. Um, yeah, so it's really nice. How about you? Normally, how do you envision a chatbot for your students?
Oh yeah, chatbot is an additional, like a clone of myself, an
True.
assistant that can help support my students to have their own personal extended study, and they can get help any time they want, and they can
At
access it
24/7
anytime they want
PM.
as well. Yeah.
I do have one concern from Faye in here.
Yes,
They wanted the chatbot instruction that you have similarly, but I did paste that over to the chat as well. For
thank you.
anybody who would like to do that too. AI chatbot and Edcafe AI. Couple of questions, Tia, if we're
Right.
keen on answering some
Yes,
live.
sir, of course.
Jennifer, this one is from Jennifer, but I think this is better demoed as we go through. But Jennifer is curious about the capabilities, which I'm sure we're going to go through in a little while. So Jennifer, please stick around to do that. From
Yes.
Winyi, how is it if you want to create a new one, not from the file?
Not from the file. So let's say you already have created and saved your chatbot. You just need to click create new, and then you can choose chatbot and then key in your prompt, and then a new chatbot will then be created for you. I hope that addressed that question.
Yeah. And I think by default, a good practice is that if you want anything created manually or from scratch, you can just go ahead and click on create new to start.
Yes.
Yeah, I think from here there are no more questions. Um,
Great.
yeah, can go ahead and
Okay. So now we can go to Jennifer's question, actually. Capabilities. That's a great question, Jennifer. So after you're already set with all the instructions in here, let's say you personalize it here and there, you adjust it, you edit it, you also can add pictures in it or audio as well, so then your student can refer to it. Now let's head over to capabilities. This is something that is really unique at Cafe has. So I clicked on that capabilities. You are able to allow your students to interact in many different ways, not only using text. So you are able to allow them to upload files in any kind of files. They can upload their images and ask AI to give a feedback or brainstorm with the AI to help them writing, right? Language learning is about listening, speaking, writing, and all about practice, right? So you are able to allow that to happen with the chatbot. You also can enable voice messages. Not stopping until there, if you are creating chatbot with a different purpose, you even can enable whiteboard. So let's say you want them to um, explain how a past tense and how a simple past tense model is, and then you can allow whiteboard to do that, so student actually can explain it. So it's verb 3 plus, or if it's a past continuous plus ing, like that. So they are able to explain their answer instead of just interacting. And this too is available for if you're teaching coding. Text editor is available for code editor. Sorry, text editor if you want your student to type in. And this is actually a very good capability. So your student, they can write in an essay, and then or a short story, and give it to the chatbot then to scan and give feedback on the uploaded content. So that's about capabilities. I hope that also answers your question, Jennifer. And everyone, we're going to try this together. So you can try your own chatbot later on and see how you interact with the chatbot that you have created. Um, and I will just stop in here without going further to the next two, because I will just go back there uh, after checking if everyone's already allowing some capabilities on their chatbot. We are allowing sometimes also to goes up, or any questions, if you may.
That's very clear, actually, Tia. I hope Jennifer got that correctly. But again, chatbot capabilities is very interesting because these are primarily the capabilities that you let your students to do within the chatbot. So just imagine if you are going to be able to have them do text coding for something a little bit more niche, interact with a whiteboard. All of these things are going to be able to be sent out to them and for them to interact with. So it's very powerful. And Tia is more than happy to show you through that later when we go to the student's view. I have one question from Grace, Tia.
Yes.
Can I get the chatbot to assess a student's performance by including the assessment rubric? I think this flows over to knowledge, which is the next one that you're going to be covering. So Grace, we're happy to answer that over to the next one.
Great. Thank you, Grace. And thank you for thinking forward, teachers. And happy that we actually have the feature to support you on that area. And yes, just like how Osbert shared earlier, we have knowledge. So in here, actually, you can add your own knowledge, your own rubric, and you can have like not only interacting with the chatbot, but student can get a practice of being scored, being graded by the teachers before they actually handed over their assignment to the teachers. So you can actually upload your rubric in here, any kind of documents that can support your students. Even, let's say, if you're teaching role play scenarios at different sceneries, you can actually upload the dialogue that you taught in the classroom, so they can make it relevant to what they have taught. Using the same scenario, the same dialogue, the same scripts, so then they can practice that along with the chatbot. So you can upload the files in here, and once you uploaded it, let me just share with you how to upload. Let me just go directly to my file. Right. So in here, let's say I will just click over the chatbot. Yeah. So I have a list of vocab words in here. Once I uploaded that in, you can have this selection. So again, your chatbot is how you create it, how you shape it, how you educate it, what kind of knowledge you allowed it to get. So you can restrict it. So this is a very personalized feature that is assisting your students outside the classroom sessions. So when you uploaded your knowledge, you can actually limit the knowledge. Whether you want chatbot to take all knowledge, uses uploaded files plus general knowledge available, or using your files only. That's it. So it's restricted with only the teaching materials that you taught them in the classroom, right? So I will just go and click on all knowledge. So then chatbot can also get the knowledge from elsewhere. And I hope that answer your question, Grace, and that actually can help your students get score practice before they actually hand it over their real assignment based on the rubric that you uploaded. Okay, and yeah, Osbert, is there any question, or I can cover the last part of our chatbot creation?
Grace says thanks. So
Okay, my pleasure.
hopefully that answers. I do have one question, but I think that goes after you cover language. So go back to your instructions after you cover language, probably.
Okay, language pretty straightforward. So you can choose whatever language that you want to create your chatbot with, and the voice is just like how we chose voice and language on our flashcards. And if all is good, then you can click save, and I will just use AI to help me name my file, and then
But
all right,
yeah,
everyday
I'm so
English.
sorry.
Yes,
But before we save that, Jennifer's question is actually back to the instructions
oh, sure. Yep.
field. So back to the instructions tab, I think Jennifer saw the prompt assistant link up top. Can you walk us
This one.
through that?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Oh, nice catch, Jennifer. So this prompt assistant actually, let's say you already put in the prompt and then the instructions are in here, and you think, oh, something's missing. I'm teaching Generation Z. I want them the chatbot to actually leveling with the Gen Z or any special instructions that you have, but you actually pretty like the instructions already. So what you can do actually, you can click on this prompt assistant to refine the instructions based on your additional instructions. Example. So let's say use some fun and uh, em- fun emojis when you are interacting with students as they are primary students who are accustomed with digital, oops, sorry, social media channels, something like that. So if you just edit your files, let's say there's an additional files and you want the chatbot to read the files and follow the instructions or the knowledge that were just uploaded, you also can click this and then refine it now. So based on that instructions, then it will adjust. So you can see that now it's being refined, and then on the interaction guidelines, here you go. So based on my prompt changes now, use fun, age-appropriate emojis and light social media-friendly phrasing when interacting with primary students. So here you go. This is how you can add your interaction, because sometimes, I want the chatbot to be like blah, but I don't know how to prompt it. Then just use your natural language and use prompt assistant. Can you help my or can you encourage my students to give a blunt answer or something like that? Encourage them to speak more or to ask more, something like that. I hope that answers, Bert.
Yeah, I think that more than clear that's a very clear explanation of what prompt assistant can do. Primarily, it's a nudge to what you can do as far as prompting. As the name suggests, it really does assist you. Engineer the right prompts for your chatbot. Yep, I think from here, no more questions. We can
Okay.
continue.
Okay, it's time to save. Let me save the chatbot. All right. So everyone, it's your turn now. You can I hope that you've already selected capabilities that you have with your chatbot, and then you have uploaded your knowledge maybe, and you have selected the voice language, and now you can save them. So once you save it, you can see that the instructions were here, all the capabilities were here, and the knowledge that you added also here, and the language and voice that you selected also here. You can either test them out if you want to, before you actually assign it to your students. Testing this out will not keep a record of your test, but you can, as a teacher, sometimes we want to have the feeling, right? So let me put a cap, a student cap, and feel it myself, whether this chatbot represents how I want their to interact with the students. So you can click this test me out, right? It will bring you to a page, a mimicking to how student will see it on their end, and then you can put in your name and then start the chat. And then as you can see, this is a preview mode. Session will not be saved. So again, if you want to refine things, oh, okay, I need to edit some things, then you can go back to your at Cafe, and then you can edit them, and you can use that prompt assistant actually to refine the instructions, so then you can get the right feeling on the testing part. So that's actually how you can try it out. But wait up, teachers, we don't want you to test the chatbot that way. Instead, we actually want you to go back to your Edcafe chatbot and click on the assign button, and then try to interact with the chatbot as if you are the student. But before we head over to there, just want to make sure if everyone's ready or everyone is still refining their chatbot and save them.
Everybody ready? Probably you can also, I still haven't figured out how to send the thumbs up. That's why I still do this manually. But hopefully everybody is ready to get to the assigned feature, how that would look like once we do. We have a question from
Yep.
Jennifer, but I think this is better answered as you go through the demo on the student
Okay.
side of things. But Jennifer mainly wanted to know is if students can take a picture of their writing instead of typing it.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Pretty,
Great
pretty
question,
interesting.
Jennifer.
Jennifer will be happy to get to that later.
Okay. I
But
think,
I do have a lot of
yeah,
thumbs up flying
thumbs up.
around from Solar and
Okay.
Michael. Thank you so much. Think we can continue.
Thank you, Osbert. All right. So, what I do now, again, everyone, you have created your own chatbots. I would like to encourage you to try the chatbot and a couple of different capabilities that it has. So, what you can do again, click on the assign button and then copy the link. I have the link now. I will go over as a student, right? So, I will just enter my name in here, Jennifer Lopez. We know I'm on the 90s era. Lopez is with Z. So let's say my name is Jennifer Lopez, and then this is how it will look like on the student's end. So let's say, yes, hey, I want to do number one, right? And then based on that, it will give me the response. And then it has the key phrases to notice, and then pronunciation tips, even, and encourage to do the role play. I will be person A, you will be person B. I will say the first line and you answer. Ready? All right. So we can actually tell our students, hey, kids, instead of typing down your answer, why don't you record your voice? So I can record my voice in here because I allow that on the capability. So what do you think about the movie? Right? And then once I record that in, student can listen to that and then they can upload it. Oh, it missing the first part about the movie. About the movie. And then it has the text, and then this is the feedback from the chatbot. And your question, Jennifer, how about if I want my students to actually take a picture of their work and then uploaded it? They're able to do that. What they can do is actually click here on the plus button and then click on the image. Oh, sorry, not the on the image. It needs to be available on their device. Yes. So after they took that picture, and then they can let me just go as an example. This one. So I have this EDM poster, uh, and then I upload this image, right? And then can you give feedback to this image? So this works the same if your students actually taking a picture of their work and then upload it as an image, and the coach, you can name the chatbot any name you want. I sometimes name it Mr. Bot or Mr. English or Mr. Helpful. So there you go. So the chat bot will actually scan and then analyze the picture, and then this is the image feedback. So it able to recognize that it's an English idioms with pictures, and then again, if you have a rubric uploaded, then it will be able to generate the feedback based on the rubric and the scoring criteria that you put in. I hope that answers. And I also shared earlier that you allow whiteboard, right, with your students. So whiteboard allows your student to, you know, explain their thoughts, right? So let's say we're talking about simple past tense, something like that. So you can put maybe it's verb one plus verb three, or plus ing, or plus object, something like that. So you can, when it's done, you can ask your students to key in. So this way, you are able to see their thinking aloud, because some students prefer to do audio, some of them prefer type it down, or even putting in a slide drawing like this. And last capability that I want to share with you is the text editor. Again, if you want your students to create a short story, today I went to the cinema and forgot to bring my wallet, something like that. So it allows them to write the essay in here, and even to use a couple of different elements available. And once they're done, they are able to upload that on the chatbot, and chatbot will be able to give the feedback based on that. I hope that answers your question, Jennifer. And teachers, I hope you are having fun testing out your chatbot with a couple of different capabilities. And again, just would like to remind you, when you have done finished interacting with the chatbot, if you go over to Edcafe, you can see that the chat history is being kept in here. So you can click view chats, and you can see that Jennifer Lopez chat is here. So you are able to see the AI summary, how she's interacting with the chatbot, the last message she sent, and how's her engagement, and even all the chats in here. So it gives you a safe environment where you're able to see their interactions, who's actually using chatbots to help the learning further. So that's about how students are able to uh, interact with the chatbot. I hope that gives you a clear picture on how chatbot can help your students mastering their language skill. If you're teaching Chinese and you like to teach pinyin with your students, whiteboard is one of the great tool to help you your students actually to write down the pinyin character, and the chatbot will analyze that strokes character that they put in, and guide them further on how they are able to refine or improve their writings, and vice versa in all different languages. So that's actually the end of my presentation on chatbot. Everyone, I hope that was easy to digest and to follow around. Do let us know if you have any questions, or if you're still having fun testing your chatbot around. Don't forget to share your chatbot onto the Padlet board. Again, your chatbot might save someone's life, so they can copy and get the inspirations from you. And let us know if you have any feedback as well, and any topics you'd like us to cover. If you want to go deeper in chatbot, let us know some classroom use cases as well, so then we can prepare the sessions for you. I will give the floor back to Mr. Orsbert Generoso to host any questions we might have from you teachers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tia. That was a very wonderful sharing. It's very jam-packed. If you would take a look back before we start this, it seems like we were just covering two features like flashcards and chatbot, but then we've gone ahead and did so far, I don't know, maybe more than an hour so far of different insights from you. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful. You're amazing. I think I speak on behalf of every teacher in this room that you have been amazing. But I am going through some of the questions in here so far regarding chatbot that I also already did answer as you were going along. We've had a couple of suggestions from Michael, and that included, as a language teacher, I hope it's in the works to allow us to create chatbots that can default to interactively speaking without needing to hit microphone and listening icon every single time. That is a very good suggestion, and is something that definitely the team would be happy to know more about. If you can share specific use cases you were imagining And applying that for language learning specifically, we're more than happy to hear that as well. Jennifer had a follow-up question regarding the whiteboard, whether that can be used as sort of a working doc for math. I hope you can allow me to answer this, but definitely yes, because Edcafe AI can easily analyze whatever is drawn on the whiteboard, and that includes not just working docs for maths, but definitely for any subjects there is, as long as the whiteboard is being used by students to sketch, draw, or write something, definitely Edcafe AI is able to analyze whatever it is that's thrown on that whiteboard. And then lastly, I think from Grace, is the chatbot able to give verbal in addition to print feedback? I did answer this too, but Tia, I think you can do a quick screen share about that. But yes, definitely every response in the chatbot can be played through the listening icon, because that would then transcribe, no, that would then return an audio feedback from the text response that it just gave your students.
Thank you, Osbert. Yes, the answer is yes, I will. Thank you. And thank you for the answer as well. I will display Osbert's answer in here so you can see it in practice. So as you can see, in every chatbot's reply, there's this icon. So student either can copy it. Let's say they want to keep this sentence or the reply to themselves, or they can play it as an audio. We know our students, my students, not really like reading a lot. So instead of reading, so then if they're interacting with the chatbot at home, their parents actually can play the audio. So as if the teacher is actually reading out the feedback or the audio interactions to the student. So what you can do, you can click on this tiny button. So when you do, it actually will read out loud.
Thanks for
The,
sharing your sentence.
go. So
Here's some feedback to help you improve it.
the feedback.
Your sentence.
So
Today
you
I
also
went to
can
the
adjust
cinema and forgot
the
to bring my
speed.
wallet.
I hope
Corrections.
that answers.
The
Awesome.
word today.
Yeah, that definitely answers. I do have another question, although it could be a little different from chatbot, but hopefully we can do a quick demo if that's okay from Winyi. If
Sure.
I create a quiz, would I be able to set that to for my student to submit only once?
Okay, great question. So, quiz, I will need to check. I have this fun facts quiz challenge in here. So, on the quiz, actually, when you assign it to your students, you get to control whether your quiz is accepting responses or not. What and let's say you already assigned this to your students already did the quiz, and you can see that they already put in their answers in here. And you can see that, oh, Luis already sent in their answer, his answer. If Luis restart the quiz, it won't change his score. So the score will be recorded when they first submitted their quiz. But if you want to limit your students, okay, everyone, let's do the quiz. And when time is up, you're unable to do that again. So you can actually click this not accepting responses, right? So then your students, they won't have the access to the quiz. I hope this can help you to control the flow of your quiz, Minyi.
Yeah, I think that's a valid workaround. If you're working specifically face to face with your students, it's easier to control this because you can know whether they've already submitted as a whole class. You can just toggle this off and turn it as not accepting.
Yes.
To Tia, sorry. I hope that that's already answered. Thanks from Winnie. Thank you, Tia. I have another from Faye. How can we use the shared link on Padlet? For example, today's flashcard back to Ed Cafe. I want to learn the method and not the content.
Great. Okay. So let's say you have this. Oh, thank you, teachers, for sharing a lot of a lot of sharings today. So I have this chatbot, let's say, from teacher Wen. If I click on the link, So I will be able to get teacher Wang's content of the chatbot. If I like this chatbot, I can directly clone it, right? And first, I will give a credit to teacher Wang. Love it. Thank you. And you will get this a love sign on your end. So if I decided I want to clone it, then I can just clone it. And then maybe I will reword it myself, RPM 2027. And it will have the clone one as well. You can delete this as well, but make sure you give the credit to the author, and you can save that. So when you clone it, it will be available in your library, and you're able to assign this to your student. You can modify it as well, and we upcoming in the future, hopefully, we are working on uh like putting who's the author in here, so you will be able to shout out to the author who have the original file. I hope that answers, Osbert.
Hopefully, I don't see any follow-up question from
Okay.
Faye. So yeah, I think that answers. Thank you so much, Tia. I think from here I can quickly take it away and give them back over to our Notion page, if that's okay, teachers. Very
Yes.
quickly before we part ways and say goodbye to each other. Again, this is a quick resources page. I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this back in to our Zoom chat very quickly. This gives you access to our webinar resources down from the materials shared, as well as the Padlet link. The recording, this will go live after we end the session. This will become available specifically from Winnie, who wanted a replay link. This will be made available after we end the session. Another thing that I'd like to highlight is the survey form. Once you get to this page, please do take a few minutes to go through the survey form that we have in here, just so we could get thoughts and insights from you on how this specific workshop went about. I'm also gonna share that direct link over to the chat, just so it's easier for everyone still with us in here. While you can click that directly on the Notion page, I just shared a direct link as well to the Google Form survey form, as well on the chat, where you may be able to see a couple of questions that wouldn't take you 1 minute, actually. We just need your rating. How satisfied are you with today's workshop? What aspects of the workshop do you think we could improve? Please be blunt. Be honest, we're not going to be hurt. We're very happy to hear constructive feedback, just so we could continuously improve and make these sessions as fun and as light and as informative as possible. And lastly, what topics would you like us to cover in this year's Edcafe AI workshop series? There's a lot of features on Edcafe AI, and we've covered so far chatbot, flashcards, specifically just for today's session. So imagine all of the different topics that we can cover. So please do share with us what type of webinar content or workshop content that you'd like to see more from us in the future. We're more than happy to hear that. Again, I shared that link straight and directly to our Zoom chat, but you can also go ahead and click that directly from the Notion webpage link that everybody has access to. We're gonna wait out a bit until we get to the survey. All of us gets to the survey because we really want this to be filled out, just so we get honest thoughts and feedback from you. But while you guys are working on the survey form, which takes about a minute or two, I do have a couple more other examples in here for flashcards that you may be happy to see. As you can see in here, I have gone and created a trivia flashcards, but using Q&A specifically. But as you can see, this is in a form of did you know question style, because mainly this is how far you can go in terms of customizing what goes into your flashcards. Like in here, instead of just going with questions and answers, I wanted them to be in a trivia style kind of thing, which starts with did you know question answers and gives you that context in the back cards. Another is in English idioms and their meanings sets, which I have linked a YouTube video directly, which students can play as they go along before they go through the set and study. And this is how that would look like once they get to access, which is perfect if they're working on conceptual learning, as well as example sentences that I also just added from the instructions, which you can play around with, because these are text editors, as Tia has already demoed a while ago. These are all text editors that you can completely take over and control right from the beginning before you generate your flashcards. All right, so those are just a few more ideas that you can play around with and maybe ponder on when you're working with your flashcards, because there really are a million different ways on how you can create your own classroom material. So feel free to really ignite your creativity when working with your AI materials, because as we're working with AI, I think the most important aspect at the end of the day is how personalized and how creative we could get in terms of working with AI. So yeah, I hope everyone's already submitted their answers on the survey form. Again, just a couple of contact details already also available on the Notion page, as well as specifically for Singapore teachers. If you're looking for local support, we have a WhatsApp group led by Joe. For those who are not from Singapore, this one right here is led by Tia, which both of these ladies are more than happy to assist you with questions, or if you just like tips and tricks or feedback you can share anytime. This is perfect for when you want that real-time support. And lastly, I'm very happy to share that we have an upcoming webinar for next week, but we're going to be jumping from one product to another, because this is going to be on ClassPoint, specifically on how ClassPoint supports the 8 KATs. This is just part 1 of KAT series that we're going to be having, and specifically focusing on assessment, conceptual change, and scaffolding. I think this is most relevant to Singapore teachers, but also very much global, because we're going to try our best to make this as relevant and very resonating to every single one of you, no matter what country you're from. So if you'd like to reserve your slot for this specific webinar, this is also available from the Notion page right down here, so you can get your slot and reserve early. Right. Okay, I think from here, I just want a quick check again if we still have questions regarding the session, either to Tia or to me, both of us. Please feel free before we part ways. I'm just going to open the chat again. Thank you, Solar. Thank you so much for joining us. From Grace, how did you link your flashcards to YouTube for students to access? I think very quickly, I'll just show that. In here, as you go through create new and flashcards, you have your input sources in here, which is the first thing that you have to set up when you're creating your flashcards. A while ago, Tia showed you how you can do that with a simple topic, but if you like a YouTube video, you can just go ahead and switch to web page and paste any YouTube video URLs that you'd like to create your flashcards from. Input source primarily is the source where you'd like to generate your flashcards from. So if you have a specific YouTube video that you'd like to create a set of flashcards, you can just link them right here. And the good thing about that is when you assign that to your students, the YouTube video as well will appear as an embedded video that your students can play before studying the flashcards, kind of like so. Oops, sorry. That's the wrong one. But when you go through the entire flashcards, let me just show you how that looks like. This is just a very intensive set, I would say, because this is 13 idioms in one set. Once you do and complete that, the YouTube video, if you created that flashcard set from a YouTube video, your students can play that from here before they study the flashcards, because it's already embedded for them. All right, and I think one more question is from Suha. Tia, I think this is better answered by you regarding the webinar for next week on ClassPoint. Is it about classroom assessment techniques?
Part of it, yes. Not really a techniques. Actually, a couple of different features in Class 1 that can support the assessment for learning, how you can read the room, and how you can change the instructional decision based on the evidence that you collected from your students. Oh, it's a bit hard to explain without the example, but make sure you register. So we'll meet you next week. We'll give a different topic, and we will answer your questions on that session and give you the example.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very exciting, especially for teachers who would like to dive deep into KATs, because it's going to be a whole series and it's only part one of the entire series. So it's going to be very, very exciting. And I think one last suggestion, this is more a suggestion from Wen. Try arranging a webinar in Malay language. Yeah, we hear you. I think this is something that we can take note and explore in the future. But thank you so much for always attending, even though it's in a different default language. But yeah, I think from here we don't have any more questions from me. I really am just thankful to be here. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your temporary host for today. I know some of you may have missed Josephine, but I hope every single teacher in this room had a great time. Tia, I think I speak on behalf of every teacher in here. Thank you so much for the time that you took to put together such a wonderful presentation and such a wonderful walkthrough. Any last final words before we part ways?
Don't forget to be happy, teachers. You deserve to be happy.
That's true. I'm going to double up on that. Please be happy, especially this weekend. The weekend is upon us. I hope everybody gets to have a restful yet very eventful in a way weekend. Yeah, I hope from here, if there isn't anything else, we will see you on our next one. Thank you so much and have a great weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Suha. Thank you, Solar. I love that name, Solar. Thank you. Thank you, Hamish. Thank you. Thank you, Wen. Hi. Thank you, Faye. Thank you, everybody.